hello, welcome back, friend, family, or even foe. Jake again, here today, back at it with the Skyline. It's been a minute, but I can explain. Alright, let me walk over here for a second. You guys are coming with, don't even worry about it. So, in my last video, or one of the last ones, I said short shifter install coming soon. I ordered up a GK Tech one. I ordered the wrong one. That's my bad. All right, this is not the correct short shifter for my car. This one is for an all-wheel drive trans. So I went ahead and ordered up another one. As you can see here, we have a Q speed short shifter. I've heard pretty good things about this. So basically, today what we're gonna be doing is taking that short shifter, throwing it in the Skyline, showing you how it's done. I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you if I think it's worth it or not, what the deal is, all that kind of fun things. I'm excited. I think it's going to enhance the drivability of this car by miles. Right now, the throw on the shifter, it's not great, all right? It's pretty long, it's pretty sloppy. I mean, it's a 30-some-year-old car, so part of that's to be expected. But again, you know, we're enhancing this car from where it is now to where it's gonna be, and taking you guys along for the ride. So with enough yapping, let's get in there, let's start tearing shit down, let's get that short shifter in there, let's make it happen. All right, everyone, I hope we have a decent view going. Let's get cracking into this. Step number one, pop off the shift knob here. I hope I did not just strip the threads on my shift knob. That would really be quite unfortunate. But it is what it is. Next up, I'm gonna pop this Johnny out. Boom. Now that's basically all that we need to see here. All right, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Just checking my trans mount there, it's pretty solid. So yeah, I realized, actually no. So when I went to install the other one, I recorded the whole thing, but obviously it was the wrong one, didn't fit. So I just scrapped everything, scrapped all the footage, left it as it is. So basically, I kind of just left this sloppy in here because I knew I was gonna sort out what I did wrong there. And right my wrongs. And now is the fun part. So there's two little C-clips down in there that you have to pop out. Luckily, I'm not sure how well you guys can see down in there, but there's two little latches on the side here that you can kind of use to your advantage to try to pop these fuckers out. They are not fun at all. I'll keep it real with you guys. These things really suck. They're not fun at all. But, you know, it might be easier to take off this shroud to give myself a little bit more space to do that. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. You just pop out your little compartment, ashtray, little thing, and there's gonna be a couple of screws, two at the bottom, two in there. And then basically this whole thing will just pop right out for you. Don't forget to pull out your cigarette lighter if you still got that in there. So we'll go ahead and start that. Nice and easy. And then just gently start working this thing out. You know, on these older cars, a lot of these clips aren't as tight as they were before. But as you can see, that just kind of lets this pop out here. There's a little breather vent tube there. I leave these connected and those connected. And then I just kind of smidge that guy out of the way a little bit. That gives me a little bit more room here to work. And there goes one of our beauty clips. And then there's another one in there. If you have those ring pliers, those would probably work better. All right, and there's our second clip there. So from here, basically all you have to do to get your old shifter out is lift up, and that will come right out of place like that. Beautiful, Mike, beautiful. So I'm going to transfer this out of the way just because it's covered in grease and trans oil and all that fun stuff that I don't really want on my interior. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and then we can dive into our new shifter and getting that all put in. So let's get to that. A couple things that I did off camera real quick. I took the new shifter here and I put the cup on. It comes with two sizes. The smaller of the cup, I could be corrected here, but as far as I know, the smaller cup is for rear-wheel drive transmissions, and the bigger cup is for all-wheel drive transmissions. And you basically just pop it on, use a little bit of grease. This is just marine grease. Obviously there's better greases out there, but this is just what I had on hand. So just lube it up a little bit, plop that fucker in there, and that's basically it. Pretty easy. So go ahead and do that really quick. And then I'm going to double check my directions here. Next step that we are going to do is to install our spacer here. So we actually need to first pop out the factory bit here. All right, got some pliers here now. Oh shit. Not sure if that's something we're gonna need. So I will put that to the side along with that. Bada boom, bada bang. Next up, we take our spacer here. And this is just symmetrical, so doesn't matter which side you put down in there first, but that's step number one. So slide that down into place, and then next up we're gonna put back in our pivot bush here. Put that ring back down in there, and then we'll slide that down like so. Beautiful. After that, now we take this little guy here, all right, and you want the curve facing towards you, so you want it curving back at you. But before we throw this in, we're gonna go ahead and lube this up a little bit more. More lube never hurts, guys, unless you don't want something sliding. All right, so now that we got that nice and lubed up, basically just line up all of those little guys, and then that should be in there like so. Beautiful. After that, you're going to find this little white ring here. All right, simple little white ring here. And if you look on the inside, one of these has a more gradual bevel, and one of these, and then the other side is kind of a shorter, steeper little bevel. You want the smaller bevel side facing down, okay? So like that. Pop that guy into place there, just like so. And after that, you take your retainer plate This is the retainer plate here. Okay. You take this guy, and then also from this bag, you have your banana clips. Move my pliers out of the way. And you have your Allen threads. So I'm not sure if I use the long ones or the short ones, to be honest. And then you have your banana clips here, which go into the sides of the shifter. There's little grooves in there. I'm gonna take out a couple of these. Just so that I can try my best to line this up properly. It looks like I could probably get away with using these smaller Allen keys or Allen screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out really quick here, just to avoid any more interference issues. All right, everyone. After wrestling with these banana clips for a good minute, I finally got them all installed, tightened down just a smidge so far, because next up what we want to do here, wherever I put it, there it is take your big boy here, screw that guy right on top of there, like so, and then check to see how it feels. Make sure you can go into every gear, check for play up and down. Obviously there's going to be some play in between the gears, but make sure that you can shift through each gear. And if you feel any sort of play in any part of the shifter, then you're going to want to go around and tighten the bolts. They say to do a quarter turn each, just because you want them evenly tightened as well as you can. So as you turn them too, just make sure that you feel how tight each bolt is in general, and try to get them at the same tightness. I'd say that feels pretty good right there. So I'm just gonna make sure that all of these are fairly snug in here. So you just wanna kind of play with it, make sure that it feels good, it's shifting smooth. Make sure that it's getting in and out of each of the gear gates. I'd say that feels pretty good there. So next up on that, I'm going to take off the upper attachment here, like so. And then I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to mount this down in here. I ordered this when I got the wrong shifter, ironically. But it looks like it'll line up with the holes in here. So the only issue now is I don't have any bolts to go through those holes. But since I'm here, since I'm doing all of this, find a lucky paper clip down in here. That's nice. Since I'm down in here, I'm gonna go look and see if I can find anything to fill those holes really quick, just to secure this down some amount. I'm sure it being like this wouldn't really go anywhere to begin with, but you know, even if I can just find, you know, 2 holes to secure this down with, that would be a lot better than having nothing. in my opinion. So I'm gonna go look for a couple of screws here, see what I can mock up, and then we'll finish up this install. All right, my friends, I was able to find two, unfortunately only two, little bolts here that I think might be able to get this job done here. So I'm gonna try to tuck these wires out of the way just a little bit. And then I'm going to plop this guy down in there. And yeah, so these are just Phillips head. And you know, it's not perfect, but it's what I would call good enough. So now that we have that on there, we are going to thread this guy back down. Now that we're done with that, we're basically done. So now we just do everything back in reverse pretty much. So we'll take our trim piece here, and that's it. Unfortunately, my Tomei logo on my shift knob is no longer facing the correct direction there, but you win some, you lose some, you know. But so now with the cube short shifter installed, even neutral's tighter, and then, you know, we can, there's first to second, third, fourth, fifth, and that's reverse. So yeah, honestly, just the feel alone is so much better, so much tighter, very little play overall. I'll post some driving stuff later on, but honestly, that was a pretty easy install, and it made a huge difference to how this thing feels. If you guys know, you know, the stock shifter on these is rowing a boat, you know. So this just feels amazing. All right, everyone. So try and quiet this thing up a little bit. More or less, I slightly lied to you. Apparently it stopped raining, and I can actually go and spin the block for you real quick here. So that's precisely what we're gonna do. Back out of the driveway here. And I'll give you my first thoughts on the shifter, how it feels, and yeah. Now granted, this is my first time recording any sort of in-car video, so I'm not sure how great the mount is or how the volume is. Wow. Right off the rip, I can tell you, it is miles of improvement. It's so much tighter and so much shorter. You know, it feels modern. It's nice and notchy too. This is how it should feel, in my opinion. I'm not hearing any rattling, no strange noises, nothing like that. So far I've shifted up to third, and it's been perfectly fine. So far so good on that matter. No complaints, honestly.
one of the best things that I have done to this car yet. The drivability has been enhanced so much. It's so sharp and fast and notchy, and it clicks. It also feels, in my opinion, like the shifter itself sits a little bit shorter. Not a whole lot, but it feels better, especially if you're kind of like me and you like to put your arm on the armrest here. You can really just kind of maneuver it nice and easy. Where with the stock one, like I'm saying, you're all the way over here, and then for fifth you're fucking over here, and you're damn near hitting your fucking center controls there. It was a mess. This, nice and tight. Nice and tight. I want to say the shifter itself was right around 200 bucks with shipping and all that stuff, taxes, whatever. Right around that $200 mark. Really not bad at all. Everything is really high quality. They give you instructions. They also have their own installation tutorial video if you want another one. But I mean, it took me, realistically, without all the BS that I was doing, 30 minutes, you know, and it's such a drastic improvement that truly I think everybody should get. Even if you don't get this one, get a short shifter. But for the money and the value, I mean, Australian company, they know what they're doing with Skylines, right? They've been fucking with them for ages. They know their shit, and it is so apparent with this. I mean, fifth is butter. That was one of my biggest things about this car that I did not like, was the stock shifter. And this honestly makes such a drastic difference in the drivability of the car, the ease of shifting, how much faster it is, how much better it feels, the notchiness. Just really great. Especially if you're someone who's building your car up, making it faster, making it handle better, whatever you're doing with it. If you're driving the fucking car, miles, so much better. I mean, even on the downshifts too, it's just so much faster that you can get it into that gear. If you don't do it now. If you haven't done it, do it. It feels like a different car, truly. Great product, easy to install. Change your car, make it feel better. That's it. That wraps it up. Thanks for coming along for the journey. See you guys in the next one.